Hi, folks. Nick Dipaolo Show. I'm your host, Nick Dipaolo. Guy just walked in with a Pittsburgh Penguins t-shirt on, I see in the booth. How's it going out there? Hey, look. I know. Barbara Bush. Look. Okay, enough already. Jesus. Right? I mean, I liked her too. I was old enough to appreciate her candor and her wit and her sense of humor, and she was the matriarch and the backbone but she's not the one that was floating around on the fucking Pacific in World War II and got scooped up. You know, she was from Rye, up by me, up in Westchester. But let's, enough already. Round the clock, I mean, I can appreciate it. You know? Let's be honest, she had the forearms of Ellen Hale, but, funny, sweet lady, and yes. I always wonder what was under those pearls. She always had 11 rows of pearls. I'm guessing some type of eczema, psoriasis. Speaking of that, I'll get off that. I don't want to, you know. We just saw this commercial. It's called New Skin. You put it on your feet. Have you seen that commercial? The girl's feet are where her hands are. And again, you automatically think, what, porn? We've all seen the footwork, which doesn't do much for me either. You know? So I get friends who like that. Brendan's looking at me with like this incredulous, like he just came, this Pollyanna. You haven't seen the foot porn?
No, I'm certainly not saying that. I'm just saying I didn't know what we were talking about.
Oh, okay. Fucking Brendan. I love Brendan. Yeah, but if I want to go, if I want to see a guy getting jerked off with a girl's, you know, using her feet, I'll go to like Iraq or Iran where bombs have been dropped and fucking people are missing arms and shit. But when you get two perfectly good arms, it's stupid. You're right there. What are you doing with your fucking... That should be a last resort. If you had the, you know, if you had, you know, your arms get fucking blown off at a bomb at a church or some shit, or cancer of your biceps, I understand, but you get two perfect hands, now you got your big, goofy Bill Lambert feet around my cock. You can't even do it good with your hands. This is my opening monologue. I'm Sean Hannity. Who I love, by the way. They're all over here. I've been laughing at that story forever like it's a big revelation. It is hilarious. I didn't get that article. Of course, I threw it out. That's the type of show I do here. 866-969-1969. 866-969-1969. Do you see that commercial? The girl's feet coming out of her sleeves? Very creepy. I'm not a Rex Ryan guy. Oh, you found Nantucket, did you? He asked me what music I want, and I said jokingly, this group Nantucket, they opened for Ted Nugent when I was 14 at the Cape Cod Coliseum. And there's a fucking lobster on the album cover, a guy in jeans with a lobster body. It looks like the girl we were talking about with the hands coming out of her. Anyhow, I remember they rocked the house. Yeah, that creeped me out, that thing. What the fuck else? Less and less preparation as this goes on. You notice? Let me take a sip of my drink. See this video of this black guy demanding free Starbucks coffee as reparations? But he was funny about it. Kind of a street guy, but he was being so overly over the top. Did anybody see this? I wanted to get riled up, but then I saw he was sort of doing it tongue in cheek. But of course, the white girl who's like, 18 behind the counter is like, really? Is that a thing we're doing now? I'll get it right for you. It was perfect to just show the brainwashed millennial or whatever, even younger than a millennial. I don't even know what the fucking... just the white guilt reflex, the reflexive political correctness, and this black guy was being funny about it. I mean, I think he was over the top sarcastic about it. It was making me laugh. I actually liked the guy, but if he was trying to be serious, then he's actually hurting his cause because because it's so stupid them shutting down 8,000 stores. I mean, just asinine. But that's not the point here. Did you see? Anybody see it online?
Coffee in bed.
Oh, yeah. Here's the guy. Here's the black guy going into Starbucks. I forget where it was. Oh, why don't you look at your article, you dummy? A white Starbucks barista probably violated company policy when she handed over a free coffee to a black man who demanded it in the name of race reparations. Brian Sharp, who goes by Hotep Jesus on Twitter, filmed himself going into Starbucks store to demand a free coffee because of the race. I actually fucking found this guy funny. I don't know if he's trying to be funny. You never know. But,
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, I heard y'all was racist, so I came to get my free coffee.
I saw that.
Yeah, I heard you guys don't like black people, so I wanted to get my Starbucks reparations voucher.
voucher.
What's that?
Is that a real thing?
It's a real thing.
I mean, I'll give it to you. I saw that on my Twitter last night. I was like,
Yeah, I need a free
I'll
coffee.
give you a free coffee.
That's what I'm talking about. This is justice.
She was bright, huh? She fucking...
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert.
How bright was she? Is that a real thing? That's how beat down the white man is. It's probably she doesn't even know the policy. Are we doing that now? How about him going, that's justice, man. That's what and then he hands the drink when he gets it. He hands it to like a little black kid whose eyes fucking light up. She's like, what kind of milk do you want in it? Oh, it was so fucking... I hear you all racist. You don't like black people. Oh, goodness. I'm going to do that when what's the place down south everybody goes?
I don't know.
Come on, you're a comic, for Christ's sake. You've been around the country. Not the Brendan, what is it? Not the Waffle House?
Yeah, Waffle House.
Yeah, the Waffle House. I'm going to walk into one in Atlanta and go, I heard you hate fucking white people. I want my free pancakes. You haven't done gigs down there?
I thought you meant a coffee chain. Of course I know
coffee,
Waffle House.
pancakes, fucking whatever. I got a clip of somebody singing the Waffle House song, like these black guys put the song together. I don't have it tonight. I'll tease it for Thursday. Ryan in Edmonton wants to get his thoughts in on the Starbucks story. Hi, Ryan. How are you?
Hey, I'm great, Nick. How you doing?
All right.
Boy, your call screener's such an asshole.
Oh, finally, Brendan gets one.
There you go. We love Brendan. What the fuck is our society coming to, man?
What do you mean, Edmonton?
Washrooms
You mean
washrooms
Canada?
are for...
Wait a minute. You mean Canada
No,
or my
that.
society?
Well, no, listen. Washrooms are for customers only, right? Like anywhere you go, you hear that. But if you're black, that doesn't matter for you? That doesn't count?
I don't know. A lot of people hang out, I was told. Somebody's making fun of me on Twitter. Not that it matters because I'm... remind me to talk about that, too, by the way. We're going to get to the fat Arab professor at Fresno State, that fat cunt. We'll get to her in a few minutes. But I was told people always hang out at Starbucks by somebody was sort of defending.
Well, yeah, you buy a coffee and then you sit around. That's fine. But, you know, if you're not getting anything, then get the fuck out of the store.
Oh, come on. They've been through a lot, those people. I mean,
well,
what with,
yeah, I know.
what with
Look what you and I have
slavery
done
and
to them.
everything. And I mean, you know, come on. I mean, they've been through a lot. Shouldn't they be able to hang out and shouldn't they be able to loiter anywhere they want?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any cotton fields in my backyard.
Oh,
so I don't know
come
what I've
on,
done to them.
Ryan. We can't. Fucking Canadians, they let it fly. You Canadians, you come on all nice and shit, and then you throw the most racist shit out there. That's
Fuck 'em
horrible,
all, man.
Oh, okay, thank you, Ryan. You got your 2 cents in. I, by the way, don't agree with the opinion of the last caller from the Edmonton area. Edmonton's a real cow town. I mean, it's a big city, but, you know, for the love of Christ. I thought that guy was funny, though. Here, y'all don't like black people. Oh, but he says a reparations voucher. I was fucking belly laughing. How about the white girl? Okay, leave it.
Well, somebody made a fake coupon. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, whatever. So, Brian Sharp, his name is Hotep Jesus. I'll give you a free coffee. I know what your grandparents went. I'll give you chocolate chip cookies. I don't know. I'm trying to think, Dunkin' Donuts, if anybody forced me to. No, you're right. I buy my coffee and then I sit there for about 3 hours, milking it. Anyhow. Leonard, our buddy Leonard in Georgia, he wants to set the record straight as far as the Waffle House goes. Yes, Leonard, and let me tell you, just by your accent, I'm going to agree with everything you're about to say about the Waffle House.
You damn straight. Hey, look, if you go to the Waffle House, hollering one privilege, where's your free pancakes?
Leonard, we can't hear you, Leonard. What are you, outside? What are you, hang gliding?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
A little better. Where's the phone? In your ass crack? Come on.
This sucks. Hold on. Just hold on. We'll
sound like you're
this.
fucking parasailing right now.
All right, now, is that any better?
Yeah, thank you for coming indoors.
Look, cheap piece of shit Bluetooth, I lost my good one. It's my backup. All right, listen, you go to the Waffle House, they're going to tune you up. You got to... The racists at the Waffle House just as bad as they are at the Starbucks. About every other night in Georgia, there's a story on TV how a certain group of individuals that come stumbling in there at 3 in the morning did not get served properly. So you're going to have to deal with that. There's also a video online, I just thought of this, of the Waffle House, of a person going in, I'll say of the less melatonin. He went in there and decided that because the 3 people that are the darker melatonin that were working there were asleep with their head across the counter, he cooked his own meal and leave. So
get out of here. That's a real story?
That's a real story. It really happened a few months ago. You got to take your Waffle Houses. It's just like, depending on what neighborhood it's in, it depends on if you walk out intact or untagged. So you be careful going to them Waffle Houses.
Yeah, no, you're right. But this was, Christ, 20 years ago when I was playing Atlanta and a few other places, and yeah, I just remember, ooh, fucking delicious. What better at fucking 1 in the morning than a waffle with a piece of fried chicken on it? Huh? That'll fucking cut you up. That's how Schwarzenegger trained, I think, for the Mr. Olympiad.
Actually, they got decent food. I'll give them that.
Yes, the food was delicious.
Clientele. It's like anywhere. If you go there and the Waffle House is surrounded by places with bars all over it, all-night liquor stores, check cashing places, and 24-hour hubcap stores, you may want to go to another Waffle House. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, Leonard. Well put.
All right, brother. You have a good one.
You
Thank
too.
You.
That's Brother Leonard, everybody. Yeah, I'm not a big Starbucks fan. Not a big Starbucks fan. We'll get to the Fresno State professor, this fat twat who was gloating over Barbara Bush's death. Just a filthy, fat, fucking ugly, tick-like woman who, once again, because nobody stuck a finger in her ever, couldn't get laid in a men's prison, she takes that anger and turns it into some feminists, joins them, and there you have it. Those are the people who run the world. Let's go to Russell in Houston. Hey, Russell.
Hey, Nick, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Doing good. Hey, about that the Starbucks video.
Yeah.
So that guy, you said his name was Hotep something, right?
Yeah, Hotep Jesus. He's pretty funny.
So there's this group of black guys that call themselves Hoteps. They're like red-pilled black guys.
They're like what?
They go around red-pilled, like kind of lean conservative or more independent.
Okay.
And they call themselves Hoteps. It was explained to me what that meant.
Yeah, what does it mean? So, I know the whole part.
I don't remember, but yeah. But all these guys that call themselves Hoteps, they do pranks like this where they're acting like, ignorant black guys and stuff like that as a joke, just to be funny. They're pretty funny. They're online. Well, so I don't know this exact guy, but just going off the name Hotep,
yeah,
guarantee you he probably did this as a prank.
Yeah, no, and that's how I took it. That's what I said. I said he was so over the top, like sarcastic and stuff. And I said if he wasn't doing it as a prank, he's going to hurt his cause anyways. I mean, if he was serious about proving Starbucks, because
that's what these guys do. They just do stuff like this that just put it so over the top and so ridiculous, so you can kind of see the fallacy in the whole darn thing. It's really funny.
He wasn't so over the top that it was obvious, but I'm like, he had a sense of humor about it. I could tell.
Yeah,
there was that lack of anger that that you see at the Arby's and the Burger King at 2 in the morning.
Exactly. So if you ever see a prank like this with a guy who calls himself Hotep, it's probably a prank.
All right. Thanks for tipping me off, Russell.
Yep. Have a good one.
Take it easy, buddy. 866-969-1969. Fiore just pulled up free Starbucks is a hoax. We know we can do better. Starbucks values all people of color, and we're working on employee sensitivity training. Well, that part's true. The best dialogue starts over a cup of coffee and would like to buy you one. So that's fake?
Yeah, they started circulating.
Who did that? Jesus, people are just... How much time do people have on their fucking hands? Oh, my God. Looks very real.
I know.
I'm going to go into Starbucks tomorrow in blackface and go, look, I want fucking free lattes from Norton. Whatever. How to disable an ad blocker. Yeah, thanks for distracting me. The article has nothing to do with what we're talking about. For the love of Pete.
I fucking hate the way you make me fucking ride you.
Fiore's got a nice fucking head of hair. He got a haircut. He cut off all that garbage. I can't believe... Was that fucking straggly look getting you fucking pussy? I mean, you got a nice... Yeah, I could tell. You get.
I had 2 exes. That's why I kept it like that.
Please. I've known you a year. I've seen you talk to 2 women, and one of them was questionable. Had a size 19 cleat. Kaylin in Massachusetts would like to talk about his or her frustration with white guilt. Her. Kaylin.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good.
So, since this whole Starbucks incident happened, everybody, or a bunch of fucking idiots, are posting all of these, things on Instagram or Facebook about how it needs to be talked about, like white fear. And... White fear? Yeah, so it's basically if somebody of color... is in a neighborhood that may be predominantly white.
Yeah.
White people need to not overreact and be automatically scared.
Yeah, I keep hearing about that. And how they have to show me a specific example of a white person being scared of a black guy in the neighborhood. And
what I think is funny is if you go to any kind of Korean convenience store or Indian convenience store,
they don't play that shit.
They don't like black people at all, and they're really, really upfront about it.
Oh, I know.
And it's funny that it's now a thing with white fear. Nobody talks about that other stuff. And.
Well, but the people you just brought up, the West Indians and the Koreans, that's not fear. It's just the opposite.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, they don't play that game. They came from third world shitholes. They work, and nobody knows this better than people living in New York City who go to bodegas. They work 20-hour days, literally 7 days a week. You think you're gonna steal fucking package of Twinkies without them putting a fucking sword to your throat? They're going to save this fucking country. Colin Quinn told me that a long time ago. He grew up in Brooklyn. The guy is an expert on this. And I've witnessed it myself firsthand in New York City. They got a goddamn... They don't play. I mean...
No, I know. And that's exactly what I'm saying. And nobody ever says anything about that. And it's
why should they?
But it's if you're a basic white chick that's, in... Dunkin' Donuts and some hood rat comes in, you're not supposed to kind of be, on alert, or else you're a racist.
Well, yeah.
And it's,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what your point is, but like I said.
No, my point is if some hood rat comes into a nice neighborhood or whatever, and it's not even because they're black, they're just hood rats. It could be anybody. and like all of a sudden you can't be you can't be scared anymore, and it's like you're judged, and people think that you're a racist.
Yeah, well, you know what, Kaylin? I never worried about that. And I've said this before on stage. Okay, if you listen to fucking liberals, you'll be dead by the time you're 12. I'm in Washington, D.C., walking down the sidewalk, and there's 6 black guys coming down the side. I'm crossing the fucking street. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to listen to fucking liberals and walk through them. And fucking Jesse Jackson said it, remember? He said the other night he was walking, he said he was in D.C., I think. This was years ago. He said he was going to an ATM and he heard people walk, and he goes, I'm sorry to say, when I looked behind me, I felt relieved because it was white people or whatever. It's just self-preservation. If you listen to fucking liberals, you won't make it to the age of 14.
Oh, no, I know that. And I understand that. It's just like, it's so frustrating having, the views that I have, as a woman. And like, I think also the Me Too movement, is kind of having a reverse effect on women. Like, if you're an attractive woman, like, a corporation's not going to want to hire you because they don't want to deal with dudes wanting to fuck you.
Well, that and you're dumb as shit, most of yous.
Well,
it's a joke, Kay. Kaylin, it's a joke. I'm kidding.
Of course, I was playing into your joke, Nick. Come on.
Yeah, I know. All right, we're all over the map here. We're going from race to gender, hashtag Me Too.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate. Hey, what?
You just talk about a lot of things that I totally agree with, and I just don't hear it a lot in a funny way.
No, you don't. And,
I love your show,
Kaylin, and we love when women call. We don't have that many women callers, but the ones that do call, we ask them their height and weight and where they live. But maybe
5'7", 125, 32 double D. How's that?
Holy shit! Her ankles are 32 double Ds. Do you hear that?
Yeah, those are nice. Cankles, great. All my weight's in my ankles.
And Kaylin, how old are you?
I am 36.
36. Perfect for my producers. He's going to be 57 on Tuesday, so perfect for him.
Oh my God, that sounds so hot. I guess my dreamboat just died.
Oh God damn it! She was saying that sarcastically when I actually gave my fucking age.
Oh, why?
Kaylin, I will grab you by those double. You going to the Schubert?
Yeah. My sister lives in Connecticut.
Beautiful. I'll see you there.
All right, awesome. Will you smoke a cigarette with me outside?
Fuck yes. As long as you're giving it to me.
Of course I will.
All right.
And no menthols for me, by the way.
Oh, you're really racist. All right, Kaylin. Take it easy. We'll talk to you. We'll see you at the show. Our Father, who art in heaven. You've said enough. It's a one-man show, Fiore. Fucking sit back and relax.
I haven't said anything.
You did too. You already talked. You fucking filled your limit. This ain't the fucking Bomb Squad show that you used to do. He doesn't get it. He's supposed to not be heard from. Ever. I want you to listen to Rush Limbaugh for 3 hours and fucking learn what you put. Even when I talk to you, you should be off mic. How about that?
Done.
Now he clams up the rest of the night now, even when I go, hey, I need you to fucking...
Nope.
Nope what?
No more.
No more what? I'll fucking replace you tomorrow. Brendan's got a cousin in prison in Tennessee. Now, we got to get him fucking soft serve before you... did you give me the fucking thing yet? You had to. These fucking segments are brutally long, okay? We're going to bust them up differently. I'm coming out of the gates with a monologue every night. And we're going to stop at like 15, like LaVenta. Or whoever. And that'll generate the calls instead of this mishmash of horseshit. I'm going to get me a sidekick. Get Kaylin in here. Richie in Florida. Richie, how are you? How's your onion?
Nick, greetings from North Florida, excuse me.
Yeah, you're not even sure where you're from, Richie.
Listen, I don't know if you heard, I'm sure you have. This judge in the Michael Cohen thing, she was supposedly going to be the Clinton's pick for Attorney General.
Yes.
And
officiated George Soros' wedding.
Yeah, you know how that's going to go, right?
Can you imagine? She's the one who said
how do they do it.
See, Cohen's, is that his name, Cohen? Yeah, Cohen.
Michael Cohen.
Yeah, his attorneys asked if they could look at the shit before, the stuff they raided from Cohen's. And this judge, this twat zone, was it Kimber Wood?
Kimbo Slice, Kimbo Wood.
Yeah, exactly. She put the fucking cabal. I mean, you know what? The judges need to be douched in this country. They're all fucking Ivy League left-winging, cum-guzzling communists, and they need to be taken out.
That is the truth.
It's true, right, Richie?
That is the truth.
And she officiated Soros' wedding. I mean, and they were upset about Sean Hannity fucking talking about real estate with Cohen. Right?
Yeah. How do they do it? How do they get these people in these positions to I don't know, man.
I don't either. They run the world, these things. And again, it's going to take violent revolution. I'm starting tonight. I'm buying a super soaker on the way home and filling it with
Sounds good.
Chicken soup at 400 degrees. All right, Richie, take it easy.
All right, Nick.
Thank you. I'm glad you pointed that out. Fiore, your thoughts? He looks like he's 11 now. I can't believe he's like a good-looking guy. That fucking hair was fucking you up. I know you want to pick up Gash at a Fish concert. Last place I want to pick up Gash is a Fish concert. How much time left? Oh, we can break now. Did you give me the fucking signal? No, you didn't.
I said 2.
Yeah, and then there's usually a 1. Let's be consistent. Let's be consistent. Let me teach you about life. Be fucking consistent. If you're going to give me a 3, 2, 1 every night, don't give me just a 2 and let me guess at it. Look, he's getting visibly upset over here. Look, I'll take you out for a nice slice of pizza after, okay?
No.
Huh?
No.
I'm telling you, Applebee's in Times Square makes a great deep dish pie. I remember calling Quinn going, it's over. I go, what do you mean? He called me like with a depressed voice. This was like fucking 20 years. I go, what do you mean it's over? He goes, there's a Domino's in Brooklyn. Think about that. With all the Gindaloons in Brooklyn and the great pizza. Imagine. That's when you knew it was over. Because you get Saeed Chaiz by Alafad calling for fucking meat lovers. And he's hoping his Christian Coptic skin on the... What? Anyways, when we come back, I'll have... Craig Ferguson's Taylor here. No, I don't know. When we come back, I want to talk about this fat twat, Fresno State professor. Just a human tick who nobody... Well, let's put it this way. She makes Hillary look like fucking Melania. This cheese-eating, thick-ankle dog face. What's her first fucking name? It just says Gerard. A professor. What is she, like Cher from fucking... Gerard. You got a fucking first or last name, you foreigner?
Rhonda.
What is it?
Rhonda.
Why doesn't it say that on this fucking 9-page article? It starts with Gerard, a professor. Rhonda Gerard? I want you to go to her Facebook or Twitter and just malign her. Seriously, take big dumps on her for the next 2 nights. She works at Fresno State, and she was gloating about Barbara Bush being dead, and she can't wait for the other Bushes to be dead. And when people confront, she's like, I got tenure. I ain't getting fired, bitch. So we'll talk about her and what we can do to her and what you do to her in your fantasies as far as torture and whatnot. Fair enough? 866-969-1969. Back with the second segment after this. Yeah, they opened for Nugent. I saw Nugent when I was 14 at the Cape Cod Coliseum, I think. And damaged, I told you, my left and my right ear. Permanently. But Nantucket opened for him. And then another band I saw open for Bob Seger. Martha's Vineyard, I think it was. No. And then the Grenadines. And then Gilligan's Island. You ever hear them? Oh, goodness. 866-969-1969. I kind of like that opening riff. Okay. I know my guitar back then. And the thing was, I told you about that con. Then fucking Nugent comes on. Halfway through the concert, the people behind us, it was bleacher seating. They're ripping the bleachers out. And they're banging, and my ears are already bleeding from the fucking... He had amps stacked 40 feet. I'm not fucking shitting you on both sides of them. And these guys are banging the bleachers, and then people above them are throwing M80s. You know how there's people standing on the floor? I'm not cherry bombs, M80. An M80 would go off, and you'd see people scatter, and there'd be a girl laying on the ground holding her face. And a fucking... Horrible. Then a kid get killed crossing the street after the concert. I'm deaf in one of my ears, so we got to get Nuge in here. I think he would enjoy our show thoroughly. Anyways, let's talk about this fat tick-like woman. This fucking Randa Gerard from Fresno State. Just a pig. Just a horrible tick-like. Anyways, she gloated over Barbara Bush's death, and she made outrageous comments about the First Lady, taking delight in the pain that George H.W. Bush has experienced as a result of his wife's death. According to her bio page at Fresno State, Professor Randa, she ran the mile in 44 minutes, the fat fuck. Then she had a jar of peanut butter. She's an award-winning novelist, short story writer, and lives on heavy cream and lasagna. Essayist and translator, serves as the executive director of RAWI, the Radius of Arab American Writers. Ooh, that must reach out to at least 10, 12 people. Gerard's first tweet on Bush's death stated, Barbara Bush was a generous and smart and amazing racist who, along with her husband, raised a war criminal. Fuck out of here with your nice words. That's what this fat twat said.
You are a cunt, 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 cunt. Like that stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but me tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big fat stinking cunt.
Let me get this straight. So I said I hope Barbara Streisand dies in her fucking sleep, and I get booted off Twitter. But this fat tick-like Arab douche, I guess she took down or whatever, but she continued writing, either you are against these pieces of shit in their genocidal ways, or you're part of the problem. That's actually how simple this is. See, obviously her capillaries and veins are clogged with fucking chocolate and sharp cheddar cheese and cow semen. That's impossible. Bull semen, I meant. Brendan from Kentucky, he knew I was way up on him. She says, I'm happy the witch is dead. Can't wait for the rest of her family to fall to their demise the way 1.5 million Iraqis have. Bye! Get over it, you fat cunt.
You stupid fucking blabbermouth cunt!
Gerard went on to express how happy she was over Bush's death because she knew that Bush's husband was sad over her passing. Later, responding to the outrage that she stirred up, Gerard bragged about how much money she made as a professor and claimed that she will never be fired. She's probably right. That's the sad thing, because she's a female and she's fucking Arab and she has, you know, Clydesdale-like ankles, and that's all it takes for everybody in this country to feel bad for you. And she said, sweetie, I worked as a tenured professor. I make $100K a year doing that. I will never be fired. I will always have people wanting to hear what I have to say. Even you are one of them. And then she bit into a giant piece of lemon meringue pie. And just a piece of shit. But, you know, this is just teaching your kids, so good luck at Fresno State. She says, what I love about being an American professor is my right to free speech, and what I love about Fresno State is that I always feel protected and at home here. Well, that doesn't say much for your school, folks. You protect this. By the way, she was all cocky about that, but she's taking a leave from spring classes. So... yeah, so that didn't last long. Following the backlash, Gerard set her Twitter account to private. She edited her Twitter biography to add the line, currently on leave from Fresno State. Apparently the buffet is greener elsewhere. In a comment to Breitbart News, Fresno State said that Professor Gerard has requested a leave. She had to request it, huh? You didn't do it for her? For the spring semester, will not be teaching classes. In a public statement, Fresno State President Joseph Castro said that he was concerned by the remarks Gerard made about Bush on Twitter. On behalf of Fresno State, I extend my deepest condolences to the Bush family on the loss of our former First Lady, Barbara Bush. We share the deep concerns expressed by others over the personal comments made today by Professor Randa Jarrar, a professor in the English department, ironically. Her statement was made as a private citizen, not as a representative of Fresno State. Professor Jarrar's expressed personal views and commentary are obviously contrary. No, it's not obvious, number one, because you're a fucking college in America. It's not obvious. Probably falls right in line in the faculty room, I'm guessing. Obviously contrary to the core values of our university, which include respect and empathy for individuals with divergent points of view and a sincere commitment to mutual understanding and progress. La la la, yada 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 yada. I didn't hear anything about immediate termination, you fucking spineless cum stain. Did you hear anything about her getting canned? Imagine a white person. Trying to think of a fucking famous Arab person that died. What if, I can't even think of one. Now, let's take a fake one. Let's say Cat Stevens died in a car accident. He's being chased by a giant green mushroom. By the way, it's not the first incident. 866-969-1969. 866-969-1969. This is not the first incident at Fresno State featuring a crazed professor. In November, Fresno State professor Gregory Thatcher was forced by a court to pay that would be $17,000 fine after he was caught on camera erasing the chalk messages of a pro-life student group. They like a rigged game. So, yeah. If anybody sees her, I'm going to give you $50. You film it with your cell phone, sneak up behind her with a wiffle ball bat, and fucking whack her on those 80-inch thighs so it echoes throughout the country. Fucking tub of lard. Go back to your third world shithole where you came from, which is probably here, by the way. You know? 866-969-1969. I don't mind that. You know, if you're going to, hey, free speech, right? But it's got to fly both ways. It's got to fly both ways. You know what I mean? By the way, folks, the Nick is Right tour continues this Friday night, the Cortland Repertory Theater, Cortland, New York, and this Saturday night, April 21st, the Steel Stacks, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Next weekend, the following weekend, Friday, April 27th, will be at the Majestic Theater in Pottsville, PA, and Saturday, April 28th, the Kirby Center in Wilkes-Barre, PA, and May 4th, Jonathan's already, Algonquin, Maine, and May 5th, the final show of this tour, Schubert Theater, New Haven, Connecticut. Go to nickdip.com for all your ticket and ticket information, and I get CDs and DVDs in a store there. Buy a podcast, t-shirt, or hat, or whatnot. Anyways, let's go to Jay in Bakersfield, a Fresno State grad. Hey, Jay.
Hey, what's going on, AB?
I used to love Fresno State's football team when Pat Hill was there. Remember him?
Yeah, man. Very entertaining to watch. I was luckily there for, like, the whole Carr era, like, the whole 3 years he was there, so I got to, watch all of him play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, real entertaining shit, man. But, I was in a department that was definitely not, like, as liberal or left-leaning as this one, so I hardly ever heard or had professors like that. But when I did have to take lower division curriculum, things that are with other majors, I did get stuck with a few fat cunt teachers that were just like this bitch.
Well, I would say the majority of them are in campuses all over the country. I mean, you hear it every day. We have stories here. We, to the point where we start ignoring them. How fucking left-leaning they've become. Let's be honest, Jay. College campuses just, liberal indoctrination camps, aren't they? Really?
I don't disagree because of the amount, like the type of people that they let into college is now bringing like their own personal views and stuff. I was just surprised that this happened at Fresno State because like Fresno and the rest of the Central Valley, man, like just like you get some of the other callers, like this whole area is really right leaning, man.
Well, yeah.
Taxpayers, yeah.
Well, yeah, no, and I understand that, but that's separate from the fucking colleges and who they hire, as far as right?
Totally. But because this is at Fresno,
yeah,
and because of the location, I think she's gonna catch shit for it, man.
Yeah, well, she's already backed away. She's not doing her spring classes. So, but the point is, Jay, if a fucking if anybody said something about Obama's wife, even half this inflammatory, they would be fucking booted that day, 10 minutes after they said it. That's the big point here. Why is there this double standard?
Just a shitty time we're living in, buddy.
Yes, it is. That's the right answer, Jay. And some some people are all right with that answer. You know, people are like, well, it's their turn. Who's their turn? This isn't a game of Parcheesi, motherfuckers. This is my life. But you're exactly right, Jay.
I just tried to graduate and fucking get to work as quick as I could, man. So that's all I did. I was in and out, three and out.
Good for you, buddy.
Thanks, dog. You take care, man.
See you, Jay. 866-969-1969. And she's right. She probably won't get canned. She'll get tenure, and, these fucking unions have a stranglehold. You read about the shit that goes on in New York school systems, and Randy Weingartner, the fucking head of the United Federation for Teachers or whatever. Just sickening. Sickening. They don't care about the kids or anything. Let's go to Mitch in Kansas. Mitch, what's happening?
What's going on, Nick? You're not surprised that this bitch said this, right?
No, I'm not surprised that she said it. I'm surprised even today with how left-leaning and how there's double standards, that they didn't immediately come out and say, well, she's gone. But
oh, shit, dude. That'll happen when the peanut farmer dies and you say something funny on stage about the son of a
right.
bitch.
Right.
They'll burn your fucking house down.
Of course.
But, and she's going to be the reason that we have a revolution, people like her. But it's not going to come from us, brother. It's going to come from all the welfare people when the government runs out of money. All those people, look at what happened in Greece when they tried to rein in some of their welfare.
Yeah, but dude.
Those people lost their shit.
Yeah, they lost this shit, but...
So, I don't know. That's just what I think. But I did hear she's coming to Kansas to get a new brand on her ass, dude, with the rest of the cattle.
Yes, absolutely. I think you guys should put a big red C on her fucking fat tit-like ass.
Yeah, well,
all right.
I don't know. If she comes out here, I'll brand her with something, brother.
I know you will. I love Kansas, my type of state. All right, Mitch.
All right, brother.
Take it easy. Anyhow, Randa Gerard, just cocky and full of confidence. And again, I blame that on Oprah. She's got 3 generations of obese broads thinking that they got way too much confidence. I say you stay home. I'm talking to Mrs. Gerard. You should stay home and be ashamed of your hips. I'm dead serious. I'm serious.
No, that's
yes.
ignorant.
No.
That's ignorant.
Ah, bullshit. It's called for. You know what I say to her? And I bet you people say this to her every night. To Miss Gerard.
I want all of you to enjoy your cake. So, enjoy.
Fucking die in your sleep tonight, you fucking piece of garbage. Let's follow her. We'll forget about her. Remember we tracked was it a black professor who somehow assassinating Trump? Remember? And we followed it for, about a week. And then she's probably still working there. Let's go to our friend Bunny in Kentucky. Bunny Galore, welcome to the show, Bunny.
Hi, Nikki. I'll be pithy and quick. You seem like you're in a mood. What about the white guy?
I thought I was in a good
mood.
mood.
Yeah, you do. I'm scared.
No, I'm good.
You are? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Hurricane Harvey.
That's enough,
remember?
buddy. That's what
Oh, I'm going to get the Sister Mary elephant.
No, go ahead.
Okay, really quick. This Hurricane Harvey, this University of Tampa professor got on Twitter and said that Hurricane Harvey was instant karma for the red state of Texas. He was fired the next day.
He was a white professor?
White guy, white doughy. You can look it up. I'm looking at it right now. He's white
Doughy.
and doughy. He does. He looks like. I mean, for someone who is in Tampa, he needs to get out in the sun and walk.
And Harvey's the one that hit Houston? I forget. I'm confusing my storms.
Yeah, this is before it hit Florida, actually, which was hilarious because everyone was saying to him, "Hey, you know, this is karma for you." But of course, I would never do that.
What was his exact quote, Bunny?
Okay, it was instant karma for the red state that voted for Trump.
Oh, so he was a lefty.
Oh yeah, he was a lefty. He was blaming.
Well, I know, but
people who voted
that's
for Trump. Yeah,
kind of going against what we. I mean, he was a lefty and they canned him. That's
but he was a white. He was a white guy, and he got fired.
Yeah,
the
but I'm not
next day.
seeing the racial angle really. You know what I mean?
Well,
if he said that about a black city, you know what I mean?
He said it about Houston. I mean, that's how stupid he was. Houston voted for Hillary, but you know, he just got on Twitter, like the moron he is, and he was University of Tampa.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
My point. He was celebrating the deaths. People were dying and drowning. And
I remember that. Yeah, I know.
But this fat, oh my God, I sent you pictures. I got other pictures of her before she shut down her account.
Yeah.
She's huge. There's no reason for anyone to be that huge and that cocky.
I don't know. Have you ever had a good shawarma sandwich?
They are delicious, but I mean, she is the size. No, seriously, she's the size of a recliner. People, look it up.
Oh, that has nothing to do with it. If she was skinny, it would be just as hateful. I don't know why you have to go there after I dip it 20 minutes.
I know. I fat shamed her. I'm going to go do penance. And what I want you to, but you know what? I had the C word song in my head when I looked at that. And I need Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
And they're ashamed of their hips. That's a horrible thing to say. Well, I kid. That's the beauty of it's the beauty of it. Where's the world going to? We lost what's his name? Ermy. Sergeant Ermy. Yet this fat tick-like broad she's famous, and 8,000 stores are going to be shut down for something. Two nitwits couldn't follow the rules. That's made into a national incident, which should tell you people, we're finished. But we were a long time ago. Anyways, let's take a break. Come back. We can talk more about that. Also, guess what? Google is in trouble again. Remember a guy was suing him that worked at Google, James Damore? He had a class action suit against them because of all the bias as far as hiring goes. They're obsessed with not hiring white males and stuff. Well, a bunch of more, 3 more new plaintiffs have joined him with more evidence of... Can we just admit that the internet's a left-wing sewer and everybody who runs it is fucking likes a rigged game? They like the rigged game whether they're running CNN, MSNBC, or running fucking Google, Facebook, Twitter. Let's just admit it. And can we get this civil war going before I have to have knee surgery on both knees? I'm that old. Anyways, 866-969-1969. Back with the second hour right after this. Anyway, second hour, 866-969-1969, a phone number. Ronnie from Massachusetts. More details emerge about that fat piece of shit professor at Fresno State. Hi, how are you, Ron?
Yeah, how you doing? I'm actually the guy who sent you and Fiore all the stuff on Twitter about this because I knew it would drive you crazy.
I don't look at my Twitter anymore because I'm being shadow banned, but thank you anyways.
Yeah, I sent it to the Fiore or the show site.
Beautiful.
I just wanted to let you know that she actually put up a phone number on her Twitter and claimed it was hers, and it was actually the number of a suicide hotline. And people were calling up and, jamming the phone line, and some doctor had to go on Twitter and tell her to stop.
What was the hotline again? Yeah, I heard this today. What was the hotline?
It was like
a suicide hotline?
Mental health suicide hotline, and she actually wanted people who were trying to bother her to call that.
She's just a vile twat, huh? She really...
Yeah, it's amazing how hateful some of these people can get.
Yeah, well, what's more amazing, they get hired. Am I supposed to believe she turned into a cunt the minute she got hired? They didn't look into her background? But again, diversity and gender and, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's also academics is one of the places where these people can, embed themselves and they never get thrown out.
Yeah, well, I mean, how do we rid the system of these people?
I know. Remember back in 2004 when Pat Tillman got killed and there was a graduate student
yes.
at UMass that went and wrote something really nasty about him?
Yeah.
And I think he's a professor now because I think he just stayed in school and never left.
Yeah.
People like that too.
Probably got promoted right after he did it.
Yeah, no kidding.
I hate these people. I hope they die and all their kids die a slow death. Anyways.
Yeah, I also wanted to tell you, I don't know if you remember, I called a couple of nights ago and I got suspended from Twitter for tweeting as Arlie Ermy, as a drill sergeant.
Yes.
And they did it to me again, and this time I was Don Rickles.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I was tweeting at Jeffrey Ross, because, he's the new roast master kind of guy.
Yeah.
And, the first one I tweeted to him actually got by, and it's just a picture of Don Rickles, and I said above it, I'm at the big roast in the sky. I just called Sammy Davis Jr. a coon and George Washington a cherry tree chopping prick.
Well, that's pushing it, Ron.
Yeah, but they didn't do anything about that. It was actually because I tweeted at Cher and made fun of Sonny Bono when they put up the page, said I was suspended over that.
Jesus Christ! They tell you specifically why they suspended?
They put up the tweet and say you have to delete it, and then you'll be suspended for 12 hours, and then you can come back on.
Yeah. All right, Ron. Well, sorry to hear that, but...
No, it's still a big deal. I'm back on now.
Okay, take it easy.
I also want to ask you, Nick, will you try to get Lenny Dykstra on the show?
Yeah, I do. We got him coming in a couple of weeks.
Oh, really? That's great, because he's pretty much clinically insane, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We got him coming in. I got Dr. Keith Abloh will be interviewing him.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right, Ronnie.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert!
Do we have to dump something like that? No. I didn't say it. I mean, he did, but I don't want the show to get that reputation. You got to be smart about it, folks. Let's go to either Jesus or Jesus in Houston.
Hey, Nick.
What's up? What's up, Jesus? Our Father who art in heaven.
Sure, but my name is Jesus.
What's up, Jesus? ¿Qué pasa, man?
Hey, Nick. No, I was following that whole incident on Twitter the other night. The psycho lady who was talking shit about the dead.
You're talking about the professor?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was stunned it was a professor. I thought it was like a regular troll. I was like, wow. That's, I like that she said it because it shows how crazy people are on the left.
Right.
But it's also, I guess there's no class anymore. When Michael Ian Black goes out and says, this isn't about guns, this is about pushing an agenda, it's just like, the left isn't even hiding it. Like, these people are so psychotic. It's just...
They are. They're detached from reality because there's no reasoning or logic. It's all emotion-based. They're like fucking children. Their arguments against, for gun control, they're like fucking children. Willful ignorance. It boggles the mind. This doesn't surprise me. This woman's a professor because this is the shit. This is who they hire and stuff. But I was surprised even, and I know again, campus is a bastion of liberalism, but I would thought that they would have come right out and said she's terminated. But I guess I'm being naive too.
Well, what about the I like the hypocrisy of it though. Remember a couple of weeks ago when the movie about Ted Kennedy came out and people were like, well, this movie's a little bit loose on the facts. And it's like, well, what facts why are we defending this guy but attacking Laura Bush immediately after she dies?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that wild? Like this, that's all out of the same mouths.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's the part that just throws me. It's like, guys, y'all really don't even see the hypocrisy anymore.
Right. No, they don't.
It's delightful.
And it really is. It's time for a civil war, ladies and gentlemen. I think Jesus should kick it off. By
I'm good enough. I'm still young enough to die.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm not old yet. 29.
Jesus Christ, you are young. Son of a bitch. I used to go 29. No, that's like 10 years younger than me. Now I go, that's 20 years younger than me. That doesn't even work anymore. It's 20 plus. I can't believe it. I'm going to be dead in the blink of an eye. All right, Jesus. Thank you for calling and weighing in.
Thank you.
Lawsuit. Google reserves jobs for diverse individuals only. Following the addition of 3 new plaintiffs, Manuel Amador, Stephen McPherson, and Michael Burns, to former engineer James Damore's class action lawsuit against the internet giant, new allegations have been brought against the company. One new allegation is that Google specifically reserves certain jobs for, and this is in quotes, diverse individuals. Damore's complaint states Google literally defines diverse candidates as blacks, Hispanics, veterans, PWDs, people with disabilities, I guess, women, and maintain quotas. It's right in it's here. We have it here. I have it here.
If I could, I'd grab this microphone, I'd beat your brains out with it because that's what you deserve. That's what you deserve.
Michael Moran, a recruiter at Google, described 2 programs at Google, Center Stage and Supplemental Headcount. The Center Stage program was a new project at Google that aimed to feature exceptional marketing talent to leadership in an effort to better socialize profiles across the business and find candidates a suitable home, whatever the fuck that means. Moran stated in his email that this project places an emphasis on diversity, and then in parentheses, 80% of talent featured should be diverse. And then it goes on to define diverse candidates. Literally, it says, diverse candidates are black, Hispanic, veterans, people with disabilities, and women. That's discrimination. Do you understand they've become what they hated? They're so blinded by their fucking horseshit. Just tremendous. This would seem to corroborate previous reports that senior management at Google focused on diversity first and technology second. An interview with a Google employee, alias Hal, stated, this is a guy that used to work for Google, a lot of social justice activists essentially spend all day fighting the culture war and get nothing done. The company has made it a point to hire more people like this. The diversity gospel has been woven into nearly everything the company does, to the point where senior leaders focus on diversity first and technology second. It's a religion in this country. The company-wide Google Insider emails used to talk about cool new technology, but now they're entirely about social justice initiatives. Likewise, the weekly all-hands, thank God it's Friday meetings, used to focus on tech, but now they're split about 50-50 between tech and identity politics. Does it surprise anybody? I'm 56. I've been hearing the fucking word. My first album, On This Way, early 90s. I'm on stage in La Jolla going, if I hear the word fucking diversity one more time. Yeah, that's like 1995, I think. I was saying it then. It's drilled into people's heads. It's ingrained. It's in their DNA. They put that ahead of talent. Think about it. I mean, what the fuck? So what's going to happen to Google? Aren't we supposed to go after him? Jeff Sessions, somebody? That's discrimination. Against white guys and Asians, it said, actually. One of the articles, I didn't highlight that part of it. Yeah, so these guys are joining that James Damore's class action suit. That's just crazy. I love that shit's getting leaked out. Ian in New Jersey with the upsides of diversity. Hi, Ian. How are you?
I'm good. Love that dead air we just got. I just wanted to call and, give the other viewpoint. By adding diversity, you're giving different viewpoints that people have experienced through their lives. They have enough white people there, white males specifically, that can get, African Americans, Asians, giving you viewpoints from their upbringing that give you lots of other things.
Yeah. So you're saying it's all right to discriminate against white guys?
I'm not saying discriminate against white guys.
Well, that's what they're doing, Ian.
Have enough white guys.
But that's what they're doing.
They're really not. They're opening up.
No, they are. They are.
That was going to be discriminated against from getting in.
Yeah, you're right. Silicon Valley is all white. Maybe the guy that owns the companies are white, but you're gonna they don't have a ton of Indians working for them or Asians.
Yeah, do they have a lot of blacks though?
I don't know. Maybe how about doing it? As far as a meritocracy, that's how it should be done. No, skin shouldn't even come into it.
You bought an issue.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
They would have never focused on diversity. If everything was all peachy, then why would they at all bring up this idea?
If everything was all peachy, what do you mean?
Let's say if it was extremely diverse already, then there wouldn't be a need to introduce.
Of course there would. Of course, it's a religion now. Diversity is a religion. The problem is they're putting it in writing, Ian. What I mean, they're putting it in writing. It's discrimination. How I don't care. However you look at it, you can't hire people based on just skin color, and that's what they're doing.
They're asking for different life experiences because of
life experiences. Yes, life experiences, but we've had enough of white. How about whoever's the best at the job gets it? Fuck life experience. You know what? You've been brainwashed. You've bought into it. In my opinion,
if a company already has massive diversity and has no problem, then they would have just advertised that, hey, we're already super diverse. We don't need this policy.
You can't legally hire somebody just based on skin color. If it was wrong when white people did it to black people, it's fucking wrong now. It's that easy.
they're not going down the street and saying, "Hey, you're black. You want to be a programmer?" I have no programming experience.
It does.
No, these people are already
That's how they
qualified.
should be doing it. They might as well do it. They're saying white men need not fucking apply. I don't know how.
They're not saying that.
Of course they are. Jesus Christ, did you hear me read the fucking article? This isn't coming from me. This is coming from guys that worked at Google. They sat in on the meetings.
They're putting an emphasis, not a
fucking emphasis. Okay, what if a white company put an emphasis? We want fucking predominantly whites. We're emphasizing we want whites. You think that would fly for a second? No, it wouldn't. Next call, please. Thank you, Ian. You're not capable of fucking understanding it. Congratulations. One of the useful idiots. Life experience. Gotta bring life experience. Life experience to what? You gotta be, what? Oh, this guy lived in the fucking, in Borneo. What's that got to do with becoming a coder or fucking whatever they do? It's a smokescreen and some people have bought into it. It's fucking silly. James O'Keefe went undercover, remember? Interviewing somebody from Facebook. Remember, they were laughing. They were admitting it, that it was racism. How the fuck can you not? I love it. People just get clouded. Bring different life experiences. No, we need somebody that knows how to write fucking code or whatever. I don't give a shit if you're a pimp. By the way, they make great coders, I heard. But that's not lost on them, the double standard of the fucking, if a white company ever. You know, we had our best year when we were predominantly white, so that's... It's discrimination. Discrimination. And when somebody says diversity, you know what that means. It means, you know, not white. That's all it means. If you're qualified, it's that fucking easy. But see, Ian and people think it's 1955 still, where somebody, if a black guy and a white guy go into an interview, that the white guy's still going to get the job at the equal quality, which is just the opposite. Because if you do that, you're going to be closed down. So, absolute fucking nonsense. Matt in Atlanta. Matt, how are you?
Nikki, I heard you're going off on that one guy. Goodness gracious.
Going off on him? How about what the fuck, man? How stupid.
I mean, let's look back here a minute. You know, if we had the Jim Crow laws and we look back and what that
yeah, let's keep going back. Let's not look ahead. Let's
Right.
not acknowledge the fucking
And then
progress.
if we just flip it around and say the word diversity equals, like you said, is essentially a form of racism. My goodness. I mean, you take any issue that's coming up right now, you replace the word with any other word that's coming up right now and replace the word with white, and they flip out.
Of course.
And I'm telling you, you're not right. You're exactly right on this in the issue. And it's just ludicrous.
It really is. I mean, again, there was a time for it because, there was a lot of white racism and but these people talk, the progressives, it's funny, they call themselves progressives, but when it comes to the issue of race, they're stuck in 1955. It's, you know, they talk like it's 1955 and you watch shows, same with gender, you watch sitcoms, they have the, you know, the fucking sexist white guy in the office, saying shit that no guy would say in an office you haven't heard since, you know, Mad Men days, that show, since the 50s. It's just, and people buy into it and it's so powerful. And people buy into it.
I don't know if it's so much as that they buy into it. It's sort of a fear that you can't say the right thing. You can't say the truth. That seems to be the issue.
Sure, that's
it's
part
not
of
so much they buy into it. Is they're sort of scared to speak what you and I and the truth is.
Yeah,
in the fact.
Sure, that's part of it too. All right, Matt. Good
All right,
call.
Nikki. Yeah,
Thank
go
you. Woody in New York. Woody.
Hey, Nick, it's been a while, man. How are you?
What's happening, Woody?
Not too much, man. I just kind of wanted to chime in. I called before and said I'm a little bit more left-leaning as far as politics go, but dude, the fucking job should go to whoever is the most qualified.
Exactly.
It's plain and fucking simple, man. It makes no sense to me, and I got a way to get around it. Just fucking say, hey, listen, I identify as a disabled, gay, black woman. and then you got the job, right?
I know that's the other thing. That I mean, I swear to God, that sounds that sounds ridiculous. That's very doable today, is it not? If you went in there and said that, I mean, I bet some lawyer would take that up in a second, would he?
And here's like my whole thing too, man. Is like again a little bit more liberal, man. I understand you're fucking joking with some stuff. Like I feel like that's the one place that none of this shit belongs is in comedy. You should be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say. If you don't think it's funny, you can just get up and leave, man. You don't need to complain. You don't need to fucking go online and bitch about it. Just walk away.
That's
it's
right.
Not that difficult.
That's right.
I think you need to start acting like some fucking grown-ups here, man. I mean, you got a left wing, you're going to fly in a circle. Got a right wing, fly in a circle.
That's
Two
right.
wings together, you move fucking forward.
Wow. Wait a minute. What, did you just come up with that?
I guess so.
You hear that? Left wing is right wing, but you put two wings together, and you know what happens? You get sucked out the window. All right, Woody. Thanks. Buddy.
Have a good night. Nick.
All right. But I understand why laws came into place, equal opportunity and because there was a ton of, but we have to acknowledge the progress we've made. No? I mean, for the love of Pete. Excuse me. We have what? 2 minutes before break? 1 minute? 2? Okay, real quickly, Vinny in Staten Island. Got about a minute and a half. Hi, Vinny.
Hey, how you doing, Nick?
What's up?
Big fan.
Thank you.
I just think this guy Ian's a freaking idiot. It's based on merit. That should be what everything should be based on. And also, let's just give him, some of the fact that we need diversity. Okay, let's say there's 100 people, and representative of the country, and 15% of them are black. If there's 15% of people in their company that are black, oh great, you're diversified. Maybe that's the way you should look at it. Like, what is the?
Oh, we lost Ben.
But anything more than that, discriminating people just based on color, just the best person for the job should be hired. Especially if you're a company, you want to be profitable. I don't care if we hire Susie or Tyrone. Are they the best for the job? That's what it should be.
Well, yeah, and again, we know why affirmative action came into place in the first place, because it was needed, but it's not needed anymore, and that comes from black professors at Harvard said that. It's anyways. Thanks, Vinny.
Correct, man.
But when it's in the memos at companies, what I mean, it's literally in their memos. I mean, you can't do that. You can't put it in writing. That's why there's a class action. And I'm sure that'll go in front of some lib, right, judge, and go, well, there's nothing here. I don't know how NASA became so successful and was so white. How did they? Oh, that's right. They did that movie with the black woman. How about the Southwest? The lady getting sucked out of the pilot was a woman who was in the Navy. Did a nice job landing that thing, and I'm waiting for the complaints. It probably already happened online where she's not getting the same attention Sully got. I bet you they're making a movie about her right now. But she did do a great job. That's a ballsy chick. Wouldn't you like to date a chick who flies fighter pilots fighter jets in the Navy? And Fury's over there going, no. Fury's like, no, maybe somebody drives for Uber. I'll do that. Anyways. We come back. There's plenty of calls, so when we come back for the final segment, I will take those calls. 866-969-1969. Sit tight, kids. This weekend, the Nick is Right Tour continues. Friday night, the Cortland Repertory Theater, Cortland, New York. And then Saturday night, the Steel Stacks in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And then next weekend, April 27th, the Majestic Theater of Pottsville, Pennsylvania. And Saturday night, April 28th, the Kirby Center, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And May 4th, at Jonathan's in Algonquin, Maine. May 5th, the Schubert Theater in New Haven, Connecticut. Go to nickdip.com for all the tour information. And buy a T-shirt, a hat, and Nick Dipaolo hip boots. And we have the, all that kind of stuff. Let's go to Matt in Iowa. Matt, what's happening?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Hey, I just wanted to say real quick, I'm an IT manager. I'm in the Midwest. I've been an IT manager for a while. I've hired a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I've worked everywhere from small private companies to big health systems.
Yep.
And the dude that was talking about bringing in other life experiences.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really such a crock of shit. When you're in IT and you have something that you need done, for starters, you're looking for individual skill sets for different things.
Right.
And it really is about who can fill that skill set. I mean, I've never been in a situation where we've had a qualified candidate and said, he's black. We probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. If the guy can fill the role, he fills the role, or girl. What I will say, however, is that pay is an issue. And not necessarily for minorities, but women in IT do traditionally get paid less than men, and that is a real issue. And I don't know why that is, but it is something that you do see. Really
let me ask you this, because there always is that wage gap discussion about gender, and usually when you factor in about 9 other variables: education, experience, all this stuff, it usually evens out. Is that you're saying that the male candidate and female candidate with the exact same qualifications, amount of schooling, education, pretty much the same resume, they still get paid less?
They still get paid less.
Are you sure, Matt?
I can give you my better half. We worked at the same health system.
Yeah.
She has 2 different college degrees, same amount of experience as I do. I don't have a college degree.
Yeah. And
she still makes quite a bit less than I do in the exact same role. So, and you see it very frequently. And it's more prominent from what I've seen. It's more prominent in IT than it is in other professions. And I don't know why it is. I mean, it's also not a conscious thing. Like in most places, we make a hiring decision, but there's an HR department that will determine what they get paid. So I don't know how they base that.
Yeah.
But you see that really frequently.
Well, all the stories I hear, most of them, when you factor in all the other factors, the girls even come out a little ahead. But maybe not in your industry. But we know you're smarter than your wife because you were smart enough to marry such a wonderful woman.
She has great tits. So it started there, and that makes up for a lot. I don't really care.
Oh my goodness!
Or not, but
she has got great tits, and she's still not getting paid as much. I have to question her boss.
She's doing her own.
All right.
But I will say, as far as diversity in technology goes, you just don't see that many candidates. You see, it's kind of you just see a lot of white males. It's not something that when you're pulling resumes,
right?
I mean, you don't know who you're looking at from a resume.
You don't when the guy's name is fucking Tyrone Simmons.
Yeah, well, we push those aside, obviously.
Or Aisha
all the other ones.
Carlson.
But yeah, you just don't see that many. You don't see that many candidates. You're seeing more women now, but you see a lot of white guys when you get into the programming aspect of it. You see a lot of Asian, a lot of Indian.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't think that there's anybody keeping anybody down. I just think that, certain people have gone certain directions and have been exposed to different things.
But Google is, thank you for the call, by the way, Matt. Good insight, actually. I mean,
take care, brother.
You got it. These are people that work that, they're suing Google, that work there and witness this stuff. And they put it in writing. Diverse candidates are, this is in the memo, Black, Hispanic, veterans can be of all color, people with disabilities, women. I don't know. Maybe it's not for you, Fredo. John in California works in Silicon Valley. He can give us some insight. Hi, John.
Yeah. How you doing, Nick? Thanks for taking my call.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah, I work in the IC industry, which stands for Indians and Chinese. So when I'm telling you, that whole Google thing it's not discrimination against just white guys. It's discrimination against Indian guys and Chinese guys.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
And I'll just say it. That's your trifecta out there, and men and women both. I mean, I'm not saying that there's a serious divide against how many men, how many women.
Right.
But yeah, there's more guys working than the ladies. But it's those three. It's the white guys, the Chinese guys, the Indian guys.
Yeah.
So when I hear them say that, I go, I know guys come from India, and they're like, hey, yeah, I landed the free home from the. Wait a minute, why am I getting like on the do not hire list? And I say, well, welcome to California, buddy. Welcome to what diversity really means.
Yeah, exactly.
When you weren't here, we needed you. Now that there's enough of you, we're just going to lump you in with, we have enough of that life experience.
You're right. It says here, notably, Caucasians, Asians, and males are left out of Google's definition and are thus being eliminated for consideration for certain categories or job openings. Unbelievable. So it's the fucking league. So is anybody going to come down? Because like I said, if it was a white company that had, imagine, said anything like this, I mean, Jesus Christ, it would be around the clock on the mainstream media 24/7 for the next 2 months. But once again, nothing will be done.
Well, like the guy who called in, it kind of went right by everybody. But he said, if the company is diverse enough, blah, 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 as if diversity equals good, and that's it. And that's the brainwash that's deep down low in the way they approach everything. Is that if it's not diverse, it's bad. It's just right there. It's a requirement that it's diverse. And when you ask why, they say, because then it's diverse. It's you know what I mean? It's become the goal.
Yes, yes. People have.
Situation is yeah.
They got a couple of generations who have bought into this horse shit. It's always been a smokescreen, whether get into colleges or not. We want to have so you know how to interact with people when you graduate college from different cultures. Like I'm going to show up as a freshman. There's going to be a fucking, an African going by riding a zebra in the student union. And there's going to be a guy from Colombia making fucking coffee with it's the silliest.
Oh,
it's such fucking nonsense. Yeah.
So you were a student at UC Berkeley like me. All right, man.
I wouldn't know how to, if I met a German guy after I graduate, I wouldn't know how to talk to him. It's just a smokescreen. It always has been. Even my buddy Manny, who used to own the Comedy Cellar, who was way brighter than I was, but we used to laugh at that. It was such nonsense. But anyways, all right, John, thank you, buddy.
All right, thanks.
I don't see diversity doesn't seem to be important when it comes to the NBA, does it? I always use that, but it's true. Do you want to see? Well, you know what? The United States is 68% white, so I want to at least, if we're going to do this disparate impact thing, I want to see 68% of the NBA players. Who wants to watch that league? It's called the WNBA, but not even. But who wants to watch that league? Huh? If you're an owner of an NBA team, what are you going to go to? The high schools in Utah to find your fucking point guard? What are you saying, Nick? John Stockton. Frank in the Bronx. Frankie boy.
Nick, how are you, Tom?
Hold on 1 second, Frank. I have to turn down I got to put the air conditioning on in here.
Why don't you put the heat on, too, for my balls?
What's he saying? Well, I was like, I'm walking to the headphones. All I hear is balls. So go ahead, Frank. What did you want to add to the conversation?
So New York Law School, right? You got a bunch of lawyers, right?
Yep.
Right now, they graduates, some undergrads, and they are protesting a free speech, somebody to come on to talk about free speech because they think he's a white supremacist. So now they're lawyers that are at a law school that are protesting somebody that's talking about freedom of speech. Can you explain this to me?
Who's the guy?
Is this the fucking bizarre world that I live in here?
Well, it is. It's a New York City world, actually. And this place needs a real douching politically.
It's insane.
Who's the speaker they're upset about?
It's like I think I may have
Stephen Cross.
I read the article or I sent the article to somebody, but it was like fuck, I don't remember the guy, but he's a tech guy, but more he leans to I don't know. I got to get the whole story, but they lump them in with Coulter and some of the things that happened to Milos when they try to go.
Wait, was it Steven Crowder?
No, I think
No.
it's something Thompson. I got to look up the whole story, but
Yeah.
check your Twitter. I think I asked somebody to try and send you the article. I don't know.
Okay.
But the point is, there are a bunch of lawyers protesting somebody that's a lawyer by trade.
Yeah.
But from the IT world, and it's just like you would think they were kids. They're not kids. These are lawyers that already practice.
Yeah.
That are part of law firms, so they're integrated in today's business world. So
Yeah, and you'd
it's really
think,
tough.
yeah, and they're not even they either are not familiar with the First Amendment or they don't agree with it. That's what's creepy. This is our future.
It's crazy, man. I think what we should do is, because of the laws, maybe we could put down where African Americans. Maybe we'll get the jobs and get the scholarships.
Absolutely, I should have done that back in Maine.
That's a good idea. You remember in the movie, that great movie, that scene? God damn, he's dead now, but my brain is no good when I call Nick. I got all these things I want to tell you. When I get on, I don't know, something that goes through.
Look, Frank, call me tomorrow night with the answers to these things.
All right.
I have to move along. Thank you. What's this, a benefit of brain tumors? Frank's like me, though. Again, I put down my coffee this morning and spent 20 minutes trying to find it. Went out for my butt. Multiple. Did insanity workouts. 2 different ones. Wait till you see me tomorrow. I have to slide down the stairs of my ass like a little kid. Because my fucking knees can't handle it. 866-969-1969 is the phone number. And, yeah, it's enough already. Again, we have made up a pass in discretions racially. Nobody wants to acknowledge moving forward. I do not want an all-white Celtics team, I'll tell you right now. Anyways, it just went from 110 degrees in here to 11. See this thing blowing in the fucking... Radio stations are all like that. My first gig at K-Rock, I was in a little studio, 1/8 of this side, but it had an air duct like fucking 24 inches by 36. It was right over me. I swear to God, 3 minutes into my show, you could chip my ears. It's like frost. Horrible. Cortland? Is that where we're going? Friday night. Brendan in Worcester. Brendan, what's going on?
Hey, Nick, how are you, buddy?
Pretty good.
Hey, I got one of those Apple Watches, right? You know, the iWatch?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm listening to you driving home from work,
Yeah.
and that kid Ian comes on the radio.
Right.
My watch starts going crazy. Like, what the fuck is this? So I look at my wrist, and it says, your pulse has been over 120 beats per second. Please see a doctor. He made my iWatch think I was having a fucking heart attack.
I got to get one of those so I can watch it blow up on my wrist.
Dude, you won't sleep at night. You think you're ready to die.
I'm telling you, man. It really does. It's Joe List said to me a couple of years ago. He goes, I worry about you, man. Can you imagine if he saw me now? I'm smoking a pack a day and eating all kinds of fucking pesto and shit before I go to bed.
Good for you, brother. Hey, I'll see you in New Haven.
Yeah. All right, brother.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
Take care. I should get one of those fuckers. When I saw that NBC Nightly News story about the Starbucks thing, like I said, I was half asleep, and the story is so ignorant, it penetrated my sleepiness. I sat up and I go, I did not hear that. I just must have dreamed that fucking... It's a call you'll never hear. 2 white women in a Starbucks won't buy something, so we want you to come take them out. Their lawyer. Oh, my God. I could beat her in a case. That's unbelievable, folks. Let's go to John in California. John, how are you? Say hi to Jerry Brown for me, will you? Johnny boy.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on, John.
Hey, love your show, Nick. What I wanted to tell you is I work for the government, and the government actually sent out this
big diversity email, and they were touting how diverse we are here in California, in our region.
Yeah.
And it gave the stats, and it broke it down that 48% African American, 35% Asian, and a big 15% white.
Wait a minute, at your company?
They were very proud to send out that email.
At your company?
Yeah. They sent out the email touting how greatly we were diversified, and those were the statistics they gave us to tout how great we were.
What kind of business are you in? And don't say prostitution.
It's the No, it's the government. And that will probably explain why the government runs so inefficient too.
Yeah, again, not to get too racist, but it seems like they're short and white fellas as far as government work goes.
Yeah, that is for sure. That is for sure. Like I said, 15%. So.
Yeah, what mailmen?
I don't want to give too much away.
I know.
But this day and age, you say the wrong thing,
No, absolutely. But you make the point being, give whoever's most qualified. Thank you for the call, John. I said that about coaching. How if they have that rule. I think it's the Art Rooney rule or whatever Rooney.
Rooney rule.
You have to interview an African American when a head coaching job opens up in the NFL. That is so insulting to black coaches to me. And that's just, imagine, you get your interviewing because of that rule. You're not qualified. That's just fucking insulting. Well, Title IX, yeah, that started, but that started back in the 70s, actually, under like fucking Nixon. But it morphed into, they're eliminating, I remember reading they're eliminating wrestling teams so 6 girls could play volleyball or whatever because of they did it by percentage. How many females go to the school? Crazy, just the craziest shit. Title IX. But yeah, but I said as far as the Rooney rule, if the best 50 coaches, football coaches on the planet happen to be all black, then every coach in the NFL should be all black. Or if they're all white or Asian, you know what I mean? That's how you want the fucking best. And again, I understand how we got here, because people would be discriminated against back in the day. But can we acknowledge we've moved on? City of Flint to sue Michigan over end of bottled water. They don't want to drink their own water. They want to go back to the faucet. Why would you trust them, right? Let's go to Phil in New York. Philly, what's going on?
Hey, Nick.
What's happening?
Good, great show as usual.
Thank you, sir.
A little aside, did you ever see the episode of Dave Chappelle when I don't know if it was his show or I'm pretty sure it was his show, where he was showing the government decided to give every black person $1 million in reparations.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I don't know, you would have remembered it if you saw it, but it was back when he did his show, and he was just really brutal, showing how people just blew all the money like they won the lottery.
Yeah.
And it made me realize, which is not even really a racist thing, which is people do not appreciate things that they don't have to work for. If you just hand these things to people, they don't appreciate the effort. Like you're saying, how everything should be merit-based. Well, this other guy, he didn't have to have the merit. He just had to have the skin color or the sex or whatever.
Well, to make a comedy analogy, it's like when they paper a room. In other words, a lot of people get in on free coupons or whatever and shit, and they feel no obligation to behave, or why would they respect something that costs them nothing to see?
Exactly.
And that's why I've upped my ticket prices. Yeah, I think let's pull it up. I think we got it right
If you're
here.
just joining us, black people got their reparations
Phil.
checks today, and in short, all hell is broken loose. In sports, the Philadelphia 76ers took on the New York Knicks. But since none of the black players showed up, Todd McCullough ended up playing one-on-one with Travis Knight. McCullough had 75 points, beating Knight by 7. After the game, McCullough said that he was hurt that none of the black players showed up, but upbeat because he, quote, finally feels like he has a big penis. Welcome to the club, buddy. The Big Penis Club. Fortune magazine released their annual list of the 100 wealthiest people today, and Bill Gates has been overtaken. By whom, you ask? A Harlem resident named simply Tron. Our Stephanie Gold is standing by with him now.
This was a great
So how did you become the world's wealthiest man, Tron?
Hot hand in a dice game, baby girl. 6 hours straight talking about clackety, 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 clack. Now you're looking at the world's richest man, and I'm black. Kiss my black ass, America.
All right, well, I think what everyone wants to know now is what are you going to do with all this money?
I'm going to reinvest my money into the community.
Oh, that's a very nice gesture. What were you... Okay. Is that your son?
No, I just bought this baby cash. No, straight up, though, I'm going to do the real thing, spend this money for y'all honkies.
Oh, fucking great show. I actually think Chappelle's underrated. I think he's fucking great. Anyways, is that about it? I throw those plugs out there again. Come see me and Mr. Fiore this weekend at the Nick is Right Talk continues Friday night at the Cortland Repertory Theater in Cortland, New York, and the next night at the Steel Stacks in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and the next weekend, April the 27th, which is a Friday night, the Majestic Theater, Pottsville, PA. Saturday, April 28th, the Kirby Center in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And where are the rest of the friggin' things? Jonathan's Restaurant, Algonquin, Maine. May 4th. May 5th, Schubert Theater in New Haven, Connecticut. And that's going well. Am I over?
I was saying, that's it.
Oh, and that's
the big
I
one.
thought you were telling me to get off the air. And that's the big one. I know. I mean, remember I was looking at all those dates? I had to go to Uncle Vinny's. I had to go to Tampa. There's a couple other ones before the tour started. And man, it flew by. Anyways, one word, cocaine. That is it tonight. Thank you to all the callers. You're the lifeblood of the show. And remember, you think it and I'll say it.